Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? It's Sunny, and you are tuning into the podcast. It's always sunny in the six. Hope everyone is doing great. Hope you guys had a wonderful first month of 2021. I just wanted to start the podcast by actually acknowledging and sending out my prayers and love to all the farmers in India, in Delhi. A couple of days ago, there was an unfortunate series of events where the government, police, and a bunch of political parties, BJP, RSS, instigated violence against farmers that have been protesting peacefully for the last couple of months. It's unfortunate. The world is witnessing and seeing what's happening in India. If you're not aware of the situation, I do advise you guys to, look it up, spread the word. It's unacceptable that the largest democracy right now is trying to suppress the voices of people that are just really fighting for their livelihood. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. On a lighter note, guys, I'm excited for today's podcast. It is going to be a walk through memory lane. Me and my good friend here, Henny Phan, he is a small business owner. He owns a business up in the beaches here in Toronto. It's called Suoy Toronto. Suoy is it's a beauty, wellness, and recovery business. And yeah, so he's in the studio today. We talk about his business partner, who is also his significant other. For the people out there that are thinking about whether you should mix business with pleasure, well, tune in to find out how that's turning out. And yeah, so Henny is in the studio. Call him Henny the Jut. And we're just going to get started right now. Let's go.
All along with me, and we're waiting for the sunlight.
And when I was young, my mom used to, remember back in the days, you order stuff from Scholastic?
Yeah.
Right?
The Scholastic Book Fair.
Yeah.
Those days were the epic days.
The best, bro. Like 6 weeks later, you get your stuff.
Like whatever allowance I had saved up, literally all went. I was a nerd, man, to be honest with you. Like I loved buying not just the books, but like there were random volcano sets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The
Yeah.
chemistry sets and whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they do that anymore pre-COVID. I think Scholastic Book Fairs have stopped being a thing for some time.
I think it stopped being a thing since the 90s, man. I think we're boomers now.
Yeah, fuck, man.
It's an ancient relic, right? So I remember back in the days,
Right.
my mom would give me money, and I would order these weird books with all these different rocks of the earth, and it was a geology book or geography book, and I would play with these rocks, and I would order these psychic premonition book and Goosebump.
At the age of 9.
No, at the age of 7, I used to read Goosebump. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I was a huge Goosebump
Oh
fan.
man, I was like,
Goosebumps, book-wise, and then Are You Afraid of the Dark? Animorphs was big back then.
"Are You Afraid of the Dark?" I remember
Yeah,
that.
you remember Animorphs?
No, I didn't.
You
really...
remember Animorphs? Animorphs was that like it was based off a book. It turned into a TV show, but it was like these kids that were turning into different animals. So they could turn into animals like tigers, insects, and they had a huge book series.
I didn't know.
Animorphs,
That.
yeah.
I watched like was it Reboot or something?
Reboot, bro. So that show kind of grew on me.
I didn't like it at first.
Yeah,
when it was on YTV.
Who was there? It was Enzo. Remember?
Enzo. Yeah, I remember that.
You know, those are the kind of shows I would love to see on Netflix.
I don't think people have the patience to watch it the way that they used to watch it, right?
You think so?
Yeah, I think like Reboot was one of those like weird nostalgic mix up. It was like you watch it when you're bored, but then there's entertaining parts, and it's so poorly animated and graphed, but there's something about the story that kind of just pulled you into it, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to Google the characters. So there was Enzo.
The green dude.
There was man, this is such a walk down memory lane.
Oh, we're going nostalgic here, man.
Because cheers to that actually.
Yeah, cheers to that, man.
There was, remember that show Transformers where there was Beast Wars?
Oh, it was Beast Wars. It was
the same kind of graphics as Reboot.
It was 3D, and it was Megatron, and they were like pterodactyls.
Pterodactyls,
Yeah, I remember that.
Velociraptor, and all that. But yeah, man, those were it was crazy because I had Denung from Block TO. He was here like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about the next wave and generation of kids.
Yeah.
They are not going to be able to experience some of the things that we did.
No.
You know, like forget about like the outdoors, let's say, like, being kids and whatnot, and being like not as attached or glued to our cell phone devices as we are today.
Right.
But man, things like those TV shows, moments like running home after school to catch fucking Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those are the good days.
I remember back in the days on Saturday, when you used to watch PMK. Right, shout out to Alicia. She's pretty damn hot. Right?
Wait, what's
Popular Mechanic for kids.
okay.
I remember.
I don't think I watched Popular Mechanic for Kids.
You gotta Google it up. Alicia Cuthbert or Cuthbert. Or something.
Popular Mechanic. Oh, dude.
You remember that?
I do remember this.
You
Yeah,
remember that.
Holy shit. I need to share this on my. I'm going to do a little story tonight
All right.
of different things that whether or not people remember or not.
All
I'll
right.
tag you in that as well. But yeah, man, that was good. There was also like, fuck, now there's so many shows. There was Art Attack.
Oh, Art Attack, dude. I remember when I was a kid, everything was PVA glue,
Right.
PVA glue. Man, my dad used to walk home. His socks used to be dipped in water and PVA glue.
Dude. Paper mache. I used to fucking get balloons, throw paper mache. I used to be so dumbfounded.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like I could, you would wrap literally it up with newspaper. It's interesting because like I feel like Henny, like when you were kids, we were so fascinated
By everything, man.
by everything. We had such
Everything.
curiosity, but we also had such satisfaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like, whereas now I feel like as we're older, as adults, we were dreaming, as kids, we were dreaming to get here.
Yeah.
And now we're here. We're like, fuck, all right, I wish I was a kid again.
But that's life, though, right? I mean, I feel like we live life in a rush. We're always trying to fast forward into milestones, pivotal moments,
Right.
becoming homeowner, making your first six-figure, opening your first business, falling in love, and it all becomes this one big constant race, and we're trying to get to the destination, but we never really get to enjoy anything along the way. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, when I was younger, I was like, man, I wanted my first car. Then I got my first car, and it just didn't feel the same way no more.
Yeah.
I remember newgrounds.com.
Newgrounds.com.
All right.
Dude,
We go-
they used to have all these games on
You
there.
remember?
I do remember.
And
Hold on, let's take a pause here. I hope my listeners right now, if anybody out there remembers Newgrounds, give yourself a pat on the back because, man, that website, I used to go on there religiously and they used to have all sorts of videos.
Yeah.
Do you remember E-Bombs World?
Oh, hundreds of E-Bombs World. Oh, yeah. That was the stuff. E-Bombs World.
Yeah.
Man, there was like these little small lurks of the internet.
Yeah.
And these were back in these forums, and people used to get into things.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of which, Newgrounds, I used to modify my my Honda Rice Rocket.
Okay.
I used to make the Honda Integra Type R, and I used to spray paint it and
Yeah.
chop the car, and I was playing the games. And I remember that was one of the most fondest memories of my childhood.
Yeah.
We didn't really have too much growing up. So when you have moments where you can play these simple games or look at things, I was literally dumbfounded when I
Yeah.
found Newgrounds.
It's so true.
And speaking of the internet, man,
I wonder if that's still around, Newgrounds.
it's actually still around.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
I hope it doesn't take me to a...
I
oh,
learned-
it's okay. It's dude, same logo, same brand.
Oh, yeah.
They're now an online entertainment company.
Love it.
Founded in July 6, 1995, with headquarters in Pennsylvania, U.S. Net worth, wow, they're a pretty big, huge company now.
Oh
man.
yeah.
They've been around for 25 years, and again, it goes back to Flash animations, right? Mm-hmm. So were you always a car guy growing up?
I was a car guy growing up, man. I remember
What was your first car?
Toyota Celica.
Celica.
The Celica.
I gotta.
Oh
Google
yeah,
that.
back in the days, I was obsessed with the Mitsubishi Eclipse when I watched the Fast and the Furious.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I mean, the Celica was the car. I mean, it was. I was a JDM guy growing up, but
Okay.
now I'm more of a European car guy.
What do you drive now? What do you
So I
push?
drive a Beamer. So right, I drive a
Okay,
340.
Beamer gang.
Beamer gang.
Yeah,
So
I got a 328X. I do.
yeah, I got a 340.
Nice.
And after this August, I'm really looking at the M3.
Okay.
The M3 is always something I always wanted.
Right.
If not, I wanted to go the AMG gang. I just feel like BMW's design language has been a little too out there for me, man. It's not as
I feel like it's for the most part, BMWs have kind of remained, for the most part, the same. There haven't been any radical design changes.
the grill looks horrendous. Have you seen the new grill?
I haven't seen the new grill. No.
You gotta look it up.
Let me see it. Would you ever consider electric cars? Has that crossed your mind?
It actually crossed my mind. I mean, I've been investing into, on the terms of
Oh,
stocks.
bro, these new grills. The hell were they thinking? Oh, this is a big shift. Yeah.
Right. EV cars are the future of 2021.
Right.
Blockchain is the future of 2021. Pharmaceuticals is the future of 2021. Whoever dominates the EV market is going to blow things up.
Right.
Shout out to BlackBerry right now, who's coming up. They're going to, if you guys want to invest into BlackBerry. That's huge.
Really? What are they coming up with?
So they're really close into finalizing a patent
Okay.
to get, and if it launches, they're going to be in the EV world. You
Okay.
remember back in the days when BlackBerry had a tablet?
Like when they first came.
Right.
The tablet. I used to work at Best Buy.
All right.
Like years ago.
All right.
When I was in university, and I remember there came a point when the BlackBerry Pad first came out. I forgot what it was called. The tablet was called. Fuck, I'm gonna look it up. But it was contending against. It was supposed to contend
The
against
iPad.
the iPad.
That's right.
And then sales went so bad that they ended up giving the BlackBerry Pad during Christmas for $99.
I remember because I bought one.
And it was called the Playbook,
I
the
remember.
BlackBerry Playbook, and it was so shit.
Right.
It was so shit. It had such a big like bezel all the way around. You compare it to today's generation of Apple, like it's like, yeah, man, fuck.
But check this out though, man. Look at the day and age we live in now, where privacy means everything now.
Sure, true.
So you can see BlackBerry surging back. I mean, their stocks dropped to about $9,
Okay.
and now we're up at $33.
Wow.
So I mean, that's a huge jump right now in terms of the stock market. And
They're at $31. Yeah. So you're saying that BlackBerry is a good investment? They jumped. They almost doubled in the last. Actually, this week, guys.
I called them out last week. I
Yeah.
said to people, you buy BlackBerry. You know, people talk about this whole GME, this GameStop. Like, no, BlackBerry's huge, man. BlackBerry changed your CEO, John Chen, back in the days.
Right.
And, you know, they're $9 a share. Now you're 33. They're going to bust 50, 60, 70 soon.
Yeah.
And it all breaks down to EV because remember, Tesla is in a monopoly market
Right.
now.
Right,
There's
right.
other players. There's a company called Lucid.
Okay.
Lucid is another high-end, ultra uber luxury car brand. That's
Where are they from? Are they from North America? or
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi
man.
Arabia,
Yeah,
right?
man.
Okay.
You check them out, and the guy who designed Tesla now is on Lucid. So all the shortcoming of Tesla, Lucid is going to beat them on that.
Right. Right. Is it publicly traded?
Yup.
Guys, another gem. So wait, going back to BlackBerry. So today, GameStop. You know, it's trading at $300. It's been almost 1,000%.
Right.
It's obviously driven by short sellers. For the people that don't know, GameStop. I don't know what the company. It's some sort of gaming company.
EB Games.
EB Games
EB
almost.
Games, right.
Yeah, and so Wall Street Bets is a very popular Reddit forum.
Right.
You know, I go on there. I used to go on there, not as much anymore. But for all the day traders, you know, they go there, get some stock tips and whatnot.
Right.
So that, like for example, with GME, it's the short sellers that are driving up the price.
Right.
They're literally borrowing stock. Like I know you know this, but for the people that don't know what short sellers are,
Yep.
you know, you borrow a stock from a brokerage. You know, obviously going to pay that back, but you sell it in the market at a high price, and you're hoping that the price plummets, so you can buy it back at a lower price, give it back to the brokerage, and then profit off the margin, right?
Right.
But that's why people keep buying it, and it's driving the price through the roof. And there's going to be a shitload of people that are going to lose out and lose money too.
Right.
I think if it's gone over beyond 60%, which it has,
Right.
it's too late to jump in the market right now for GME. I think.
I don't know, man. I said the same to myself on Friday when it jumped to about 80 something bucks, and on Monday I was like at 150, and today's at 350.
Yeah.
And you know these guys are on WSB are saying bust at 2,000, right? And what's interesting, I mean, now with Robinhood and all these free apps, so Wealthy Simple, people are becoming more conscientious of
Right.
investing. Even the millennial market now is saying, you know what, we can invest too. It doesn't have to be as hard. We don't have to do puts and options.
Yeah.
Some people say, you know what, let me just buy and let me sell. I think the whole concept is Wall Street has been running the game. They've been calling the shots.
Right.
It's an old boys club.
Yeah.
And if you really kind of think of what WSB is doing, it's kind of Robinhood, take from the rich, give back to the poor. I mean, COVID's been a heavy topic. I can't tell you the amount of people that lost their jobs, don't make as much money. And let's say they had $2,000 on a meme stock.
Those CERB checks that are coming in.
Right.
Yeah.
So you put $2,000 into the GameStop when it was $16 a share.
Yeah.
and you buy and you're selling at 350, that money kind of liberates you. And I mean, the whole project, what they're trying to do is they're trying to give back
Yeah.
to the poor. But I mean, it's funny because
Even the name Robinhood, actually, I never thought, like I knew about the platform
Right.
as a trading platform. Like, what do you use, by the way? I use
RBC.
Questrade.
I use RBC,
Okay.
right?
You just used so aren't the fees a little bit higher
Yeah,
than normal?
they're $10. I mean,
Right.
for me,
Are you more of a strategic long-term holder, or are you speculative?
midterm. I'm a midterm, so
Right, right.
I sell short when I need to sell.
Okay.
But I try to invest conscientiously in companies that I know that will do well in the long term.
Strong fundamentals.
Strong fundamentals, right? I
Right.
mean, for me, I do a mixed bag.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be risky 60% of the time
Okay.
and save 40%. I
Right.
can take hits to my portfolio. You know, like today, I'm in the red on my portfolio overall.
Okay.
And you know, when you see thousands of dollars in the reds, some people panic.
Yeah.
And I don't sell on emotions. I hold,
Yeah.
right? And that's just how I am as a person. You know, it's weird. Like, there's a dichotomy between me. One part of me is conservative,
Right.
and a part of me is very progressive.
Okay.
So, you know, when I do my portfolio mix, I always mix between what I know will sell long and what I know that I will speculate or I'll try to ride a wave to the best of my ability.
So what are some, BlackBerry's one of them. What are some other long-term good holds for stocks? So you named some key industries, like pharmaceuticals definitely are going to be big.
Right.
What else was there? Security, internet security agencies and companies.
Cloud platforming is huge
Cloud
right now.
platforming is huge. Industrial, any sort of REITs in the industrial space is huge as well. Anything else?
Roku's gonna jump up.
Okay.
Roku's gonna jump up. You're gonna have
Roku is the
TV.
TV, right? Yeah. It's like Crave almost.
That's correct.
Right,
Roku's gonna jump up.
Right.
Even stuff like Moderna today jumped up too. If you've been following the news about the strands of COVID
Okay.
and how Moderna vaccines are now, effective against different strains of COVID too.
Right.
So I mean that's jumping up too, right?
Yeah, it's at 150 right now, 155 actually. It's
Right.
jumped up almost almost close to, well, I mean, almost since like the beginning of the week it was 130. So yeah, it's jumped up.
Companies right now who are going to be close to acquisitions, they're going to jump up.
Right. It's crazy, man, that I take a step back a little bit, and I'm a finance guy. I work in investments as well.
I forgot about that.
That's my full-time gig. But, there's a lot of bureaucracy when it comes to stock trading. So like for us, you can't just buy a stock and sell it the next day. You have
Right.
to hold it for at least 30 days. So the idea of day trading is almost obsolete, which
course.
they want to kind of discourage you away from that and rather encourage you to invest in companies that are better for the long term, right? So that's why this book, The Intelligent Investor, is like literally my Bible. Have you read this?
No, I haven't read that one.
Great
man.
book. It's
Okay.
the thesis ultimately is like investing in stocks that pay dividends because they are reflective of strong fundamentals. But that doesn't mean that you can't get into growth stocks, right?
Right.
Because growth stocks, like at the same time, there's a shitload of companies out there that are going to come from this, in a post-COVID climate that are going to be making, they may not have the earnings today, but they're ready and prepared to come up with amazing ideas like some of the companies you mentioned to
Right.
innovate into the future, right?
Right. Pull up CCIV right now.
What's that?
That's going to be acquired by Lucid very soon. Same management company.
Churchill. Okay, by the way, guys, any sort of stock advice we do give, this is advice only, right? I don't want to be held accountable here.
Yeah,
But
don't listen to me, man.
do your own fair share of research. But yes, I definitely listen to us, listen to Henny. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. It's $21.
So, if this guy merges with Lucid,
Okay.
this is your buy-in into.
What kind of company is this? What is Churchill Capital? Yeah.
They're the same management company that Lucid has. They're looking to merge with each other. They're going to be doing EV. Right?
Okay.
So we're talking about EV. That's a huge one.
Right.
I missed the opportunity to invest into I think it was try OZCP,
Okay.
and I missed the buy-in at 7 cent,
Right. What's it out now?
23 cent.
Okay.
That was 4 days,
Right.
and I was gonna literally put only $2,000 into my American cash fund account.
Yeah.
2,000 shares would have put me right at 16,000 shares at 7 cent. I would have sold at 21 cent, And
Right.
I mean, that's a huge,
Huge, yeah,
huge,
yeah,
right?
huge. But again, it just falls under the speculative market. And
100%.
let's take a little step back actually. And I want to ask you, I think this would be valuable for a lot of listeners. Is one question that I often hear. The other day my girlfriend was asking me the same thing. You gotta sit down with me and explain to me how to invest. Walk me through like your process. So like, it's very easy, guys. It's very easy to put money in the stock market. We tend not to because we think that there's a stigma attached to it that we are going to lose money.
Right.
Right. But I'm not talking about everybody, but I think there has been a translation now where more and more people are more susceptible and open to the idea of putting their money into the markets because, like you mentioned, platforms like Robinhood make it very easy.
Right. So if there's one advice I can even give to myself maybe 10 years ago when I was a kid or when I was in my 20s, I wish I would have invested even based on emotions, things that I love, things that I follow. I remember when I was 20, my friend walked up to me and said, "You ever heard of this company called Tesla?" I'm like, "What the hell is that, man?" He's like, electric company. I'm like, "Why? There's a Prius. Who the hell wants this?"
Right.
And I missed my opportunity to buy in at a very cheap rate. He's like, "You know what, man? Just throw $500. I said, "No, I can't do that. I can buy a PS3. I can buy a PS3 and I can buy
So true.
5 games and with some DLC.
I can get a bottle service over at Lawson over at a club, right? Like
right." And you remember that was I didn't invest into that.
Right.
And I missed a lot of opportunities, a lot of great opportunities, even things that I'm passionate about. I'm a huge gamer guy. I love NVIDIA. I've been an NVIDIA guy since the beginning of time.
That's been a good stock, bro.
I mean, you hear
It's one of the most commonly named stocks on Wall Street Bets.
right? And
Like that little point that you mentioned about investing in companies you enjoy in companies that you truly believe in is important because, a lot of times people ask me, what are good stocks? I think what you should ask yourself, look around you. Everything that you buy is literally owned by a company.
exactly.
And almost all of them are some form in one way or the other is publicly traded.
Right.
So if you're someone that's sitting behind an Amazon computer and buys things from Amazon all day, every day,
Right.
you're better off putting your money in Amazon.
Right.
If you're someone that travels all the time,
Right.
airlines, right?
Exactly.
If you're someone, it's crazy to think about that because like you're right. Like for example, Tesla, I think that now we got to think about the future as well. What is the future?
Right.
Pharmaceuticals, security,
Right.
electric EV cars, electrical cars, things along those thematic terms is important. And then, yeah, man, I think that's a good approach fundamentally. Investing in companies, not just with strong fundamentals, but that you truly believe will be around for the next 20 years.
Right. Imagine this. Imagine you bought 10 of your favorite companies at the age of 20.
Okay.
Imagine if you just threw $500 into these companies instead of, buying that expensive Canada Goose jacket
Or that PS3.
or that PS3. You could have bought it on sale. Take the $200, buy a share in there. Where would you be today? And I don't think when it comes to financial freedom, I think a lot of people fall into this rat race of, let me work my corporate job or let me work my job and, let me make my 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100,000.
Right.
But we don't really think of being smart with our money because, being smart with our money comes with a lot of risk. What if I put all my money and the market crashes
Yeah.
and it drops to zero? I think people overall would prefer security over small risks to win.
Right.
And I always call that, with the winning mentality, right? In order to win, you got to be able to lose. You got to be able to be uncomfortable. You got to be able to, step outside,
Absolutely.
right? You got to be in the red, in the stock. You got to be in the red stock if you want to be in the green.
Right.
We make our money through sweat equity, right? And that comes with maybe an overtime hour, a little bit more stress, all these things. But we're willing to pay these commodities, or we're willing to pay these wages, but we're never willing to invest in ourselves.
Yeah.
If I can tell people,
Like you don't pay yourself out. Like oftentimes when, a bulk of the people in this city, to be honest with you, even pre-COVID, go paycheck to paycheck.
of course,
And what they forget to do is they end up paying all their bills.
yep,
And then they end up looking at everything else that is left over as discretionary income.
that's right.
Right. but what they're forgetting is to pay themselves.
It's the most important.
You know, and I think one thing that a friend of mine once told me is when you spend on things and you think about buying that next purchase, try to translate that into the number of hours it took you to work
That's
to
right.
earn that amount of money to spend on that one thing.
That's right.
And if you do the quick math and you figure out what it is you earn hourly, your purchasing habits will change tremendously.
Of course.
I hope, right?
Of course.
And I think that that's the vision that people should try for the most part.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think that, for example, like the other day, I'm not going to lie to you, I still struggle with it. I think I spent over $100 in Uber Eats like last weekend.
Yeah.
Over the course of the weekend, I was like, fuck it, I don't want to cook.
But you gotta live a little
But
bit.
you got to
man.
live a little
You gotta
bit.
live
And
a
I
little
don't
bit,
regret it, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like speaking of, you know, I think the stock market will give you a lot of FOMO. I think if you can sit there and beat yourself up saying that you should have bought this at this price,
Right.
and you give yourself unnecessary anxiety, right? You got to have a fair balance of spending and
Yeah.
saving. I mean, you know what, man? If health is not on your side tomorrow, and if you catch COVID, or if you, God forbid, something bad
Knock on
happens,
wood, yeah.
knock on wood, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't even do that Uber Eat no more.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I mean, to me, to live life to the fullest, to be able to enjoy it, is really, truly the greatest ROI that you can ever have.
It really is, yeah.
The experiences, right? Like I said, it's a very fine line. You gotta dance. You gotta do a dance of what you can spend and what you can use. But all I'm saying is that people, out of $10, people never pay themselves even $1.
Yeah. I mean, I think the bare minimum, I think what I read about was that it should be 10%.
Yep.
At least. You know, for every $1,000, at least $100. Actually, you know, I'm looking at one of these calculations here from CNBC, but if you had invested $500 a month for 10 years and you earned, let's say, 4%, you know, the average S&P over the last historically has earned over 5.6% a
crazy.
year. So if you put your money in an ETF,
Yep.
you know, every month, $500 going straight to your TFSA, self-brokerage account, self-managed account, invested in some sort of Vanguard. Forgot the name, but there's an ETF that follows the S&P. You'd be sitting at about $91,000.
Is that crazy? That's a down payment.
That's a down payment,
It's a down payment, right?
right? But, you know, I think that let's not look at it from what I coulda, shoulda, woulda done. I think everybody now has the opportunity to do their own little research.
That's it.
And going forward, pay yourself
Of course.
and invest that money. Invest in
course.
yourself, right?
Of course.
Channeling the gears a little bit, Henny, you are a small business owner.
Yep.
How has life been like, man? First of all, it's unfortunate because me and Henny met at a friend of ours. We had a birthday party this summer. Of course, following COVID protocols, we were in a restaurant. Things were open. And so everyone was seated. And I remember at this restaurant that we were at, every table had it was like a screen almost.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Right. So every table was separated and everyone was designated. We had about 4 people. Who else was at our table? It was me, you.
It was me, you, Jamie came by.
Was it Luke?
Luke, it was Luke.
It was Luke, yeah.
It was Luke. It was Luke.
And so, you know, this guy sits in front of me so by the way, this is the first time I met Henny. Henny sits in front of me and Henny says, "Hey, my name is Henny." Bartender comes around. He's like, "Would you like, can I get some Henny?" The guy orders the most expensive Henny.
Yeah.
And then we started talking and, you know, you were telling me about your business. And what fascinated and intrigued me is, man, you're Punjabi. That's why from now on, I don't call him Henny Phan. I call him Henny Jut.
Honorary Punjabi, man.
So before we talk about your business, Punjabi, like how were you born in Brampton? How did you
No, it's
how did you know Sidhu Moosewala and all those?
I mean,
Because that kind of took me aback a little bit. I'm like, dude, what?
So I remember I told you, I mean, like your Kura, right? As I said to you, right?
The Kura, yeah.
The Kura. So I was like, my boy gave me one. He went to the Golden Temple.
Okay.
And he blessed me with it. So my cousin's actually from Brampton. And I used to go to Brampton all the damn time. You know, like all the damn time.
Right,
and,
right. That's like me now.
Yeah, that's like you now, right? And I went to York University, and there's so many. There's so many brown mans there.
Of course, Central Square, notorious.
Square. I mean, I met a lot of Sandeeps in my life. You know, I think Sandeep's a waste man.
Good thing my name isn't Sandeep.
Right. And
my real name it's Sunny, but my real name is nowhere close So did I tell you?
No,
my
man.
so my real name is Gurpreet.
Gurpreet.
Yeah, there you go.
Gurpreet.
Putting it out there, guys. But it's Gurpreet. Long story how I got the name Sunny. I'm gonna share that on a different day.
Alright, man.
But yeah, York was pretty. We had YPA. Big shout out to York Punjabi Association. So you were at York, okay?
I was at York.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I did kin there. Then I switched over to Ryerson, and I did my business degree at Ryerson too.
Right.
So I remember when I was at Ryerson, I remember one day, man, I was sitting there and I was studying for finance. And man, I was like, I really didn't know that many people. People are very cliquey, right?
Yeah.
I remember this one guy who walked over to me. His name is Gurpreet Singh.
No way.
Gurpreet Singh.
Okay,
That's
okay.
why I'm like, it's pretty funny that your name is Gurpreet. That's
Yeah.
actually my first time even knowing it.
Yeah.
He said to me, he's like, Barada. I was like, what's up, man? He's like, you struggling? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm struggling, dude. He's like, dude, I even know freaking the present value of money right now, or the PV formula.
Yeah.
He's like,
Time value of money and all that.
I'm like, never mind the internal rate of return, man. I was like, and I'm like, I'm gonna get smacked up on this exam. And he's like, no, come here. I was like, okay, what's up, man? So I walked over to this guy. He's like, no, come here. He literally invited me into one of these rooms, and there's like 10 brown boys there.
Okay.
10 brown boys.
Of course there are.
10 brown boys just blasting straight Punjabi music.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this might be a little awkward, right? So he was talking to me and whatever, and he was blasting music. I'm like, yo, that's Gary Sandhu, right? And immediately he's like, what? How does this man know it's Gary Sandhu? And I was
Right.
I'm like, I just do. And the man literally shared me notes. He gave me
You want him over, bro.
He gave me the test bank. Bro, we went for some nahari.
Okay.
Shout out to Pakistani food.
Yeah.
I love my Pakistani food,
Yeah.
man. So the only Indian food I ever knew how to eat was believe it or not, Amaya Express.
Okay. My buddy actually owns that.
Right?
I have a friend that owns that.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to them. Shout out to them, man. And I remember I got exposed to Indian food. I got
Yeah.
exposed to the language. I mean, I remember just sitting there and all I heard was benchut. I was like, well, what's that, man?
Yeah.
Right.
This is all while at Ryerson.
Yeah, all at
They had
Ryerson.
a pretty good percentage of the people there were Punjabi.
Yeah. And I just got a chance to know them, man. And I said, you know what, man? I said, Indian people are like Asian people, man. They're not every damn person's a Best Buy Geek Squad type of guy, man. There's some hard G's, man.
Yeah, man.
And I got to understand a little bit more about, your caste system, if you're a Gujarati or if you're not, if you're a Jat. I got to know all of these things over time. And I got
Because
to
I remember when I was sitting there, and so I'm like, okay, you know what, this guy has some affiliation with Brampton, Big Whoop.
Mm-hmm.
But when you ask me, like, are you Jat?
Uh-huh.
I'm like, what? Add me up on Instagram. It's at Grizzly Jat.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, no way. So yeah, okay.
So,
okay.
I vibe with them. I mean,
Yeah.
I think what I vibe with is that
Who's your favorite Punjabi artist? Who do you fuck with? Like, who do you?
I'm an R&B guy, man.
Yeah.
I'm a huge R&B guy. I would get Gary Sandhu. I mean, the man's from the UK.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he's slick as hell. I think he has a smooth voice.
Right.
I like how he's very melodic. He blends
Right.
the best vocals. I think he dabs a little hip hop.
Yeah.
I remember I was at a wedding
Okay.
with my boy Vikram, and we were sitting there, and
Punjabi wedding, Indian wedding.
Punjabi wedding,
Yeah.
and they did their first dance, and I think it was Gary Sandhu talked to me, right? Or something talk, and
Right.
he's like, how the hell do you know this song? I'm like, bro, I'm like, trust me, I can't speak it, I don't know it, but that's the song.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, I love Chris Brown. I love Trey Songz. I
Right.
grew up with heavy R&B.
Right.
I like.
I fuck with. Have you heard most recently? There's a couple guys out of Vancouver, AP Dillon,
Okay.
Kavinder Singh, Brown Munde.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard the song?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll play it after the podcast.
Play it,
one more
bro.
time.
Play it, man.
But yeah, man, they've been kind of fusing. It's kind of, I fuck with them pretty heavy, but they've been fusing Punjabi with hip hop
Love it.
and modern contemporary music. Even not even hip hop, like more on the pop side of things as well.
Yeah.
It's a very rich culture, man.
Yeah,
you
man.
know, and I think that once you get an opportunity to know us, even I don't know if you've been following the news of what's happening in India.
It's horrible.
It's fucked up, man. So yesterday, was Republic Day of India, and so there was a peaceful protest that was already pre-planned. The police knew about it. The government knew about it. That these guys have been protesting for 2 months.
Yep.
You know what's happening with the farm protests, right?
Yep.
For the people that don't know, there are a couple laws that were passed by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, and what essentially what they're doing is they're taking the livelihood away from these farmers who
right.
own the land for like decades and decades and decades, right? It's privatization of these lands, right? So, anyways, they've been protesting since September, and yesterday was supposed to be a peaceful march, and it was met with such force. You know, I don't know if you saw some of the scenes. I was seeing some of the videos. It was, you know, it made my blood boil a little bit. I was like, what the fuck? Like, because at the same time, in states like that, in countries like that, the media, the state media is owned by the government. So the message that comes out from them is very one-sided.
Right.
You know, it's really filtered.
Right.
And so they had like an internet blockade, blocked the internet, CCTV, any sort of communication coming out of the country was blocked. But you can't, you know what? You can't get around social media. You know, things were still getting leaked.
Right.
And yeah, it's unfortunate, man, what it is. But hopefully, you know, there's some sort of rectification and realization that what happened yesterday was wrong.
Yeah.
And these laws are rescinded, man.
I mean, listen, dude, if you really think India, I mean, the people who feed India are really the farmers.
Right.
I mean, that's the backbone that feeds Mother India. And I don't think people really understand that.
Yeah.
And what it means to take away from these farmers. I mean, it's a job no one wants to do, but they do it with so much pride. But they strip away their dignity, their livelihood. I mean, that's wrong in so many ways, right?
Yeah, you take that away, what do you have left? Because that's
Nothing.
literally the livelihood.
That's everything.
Right, and it's not even that. It's not just from an economic point of view, but it's also it's part of our heritage and culture
course.
too. You know, and I think that this isn't just Punjab. You
Yeah.
had states from Haryana. You had people all over India.
Yeah.
People that were already affected by these laws, but they didn't have a platform or opportunity to voice, you know, their opinion and their resentment and distaste towards the law, like the new laws that were passed, gathering together and coming to Delhi. It was monumental. It was crazy to see the number of people that showed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, man. You take that away, you have to respond in one way or the other.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, huh?
Yeah.
You know, but you know what I'm happy about is that people are becoming more and more aware of this, right? This is not just an India issue. This is now becoming more of a, a world issue.
Yeah.
I mean, this is even for me, someone who is Asian, you know, I'm not Indian, but this resonates with me. You know, this
Right.
kind of reminds me of how precious freedom really is, right?
Yeah.
And it reminds me of that, how fortunate and how, you know, grateful I am to have what I have, to kind of make a full circle back to what you're saying. You're saying to me, how are you taking this whole concept of COVID and everything? I said, you know what, man? I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for a sense of there's always new opportunities open up.
Right.
I'm grateful in the sense that I have good health. I have the ability to come out and have this conversation with you.
Yeah.
I'm grateful in the sense that we had the ability to even open the store.
Yeah.
I'm grateful in the sense that I have a platform to even talk to people about. Just
Right.
because something is stopping you, it forces you to think outside the box. How many of us now, because of COVID, are we more closer to our partners than ever?
So true.
We've been having more critical conversations, more soulful conversations. I can't tell you the amount of soulful conversations I have with my partner. You know, when everything is closed and restaurants aren't open, you're not focusing on taking that picture for Instagram. You know, you're really sitting there focusing on the person.
Right.
You get to know what scares them, what makes them happy, and you get to
Yeah.
have this deep conversation. So I mean, COVID on an economic standpoint, it sucks.
Yeah.
But I believe with every single resistance in a stock, there's always gonna be a support,
Right.
and
We're gonna bounce back from it.
We're gonna bounce back from it,
I
right?
think self-discovery has been a big theme
huge.
for a lot of people. I think for individuals, but like, you know, that's a great point. Relationships.
Yep.
You know, I think there was a lot of talk in the beginning of divorce rates going up, but I think that there's come a time now, the relationships I feel like that have still survived have thrived through this pandemic. You know, the ones that are still here, living together, working together at home, trying to make things work. Think about all the pandemic babies. I have a lot of friends and people that are pregnant or are expecting kids.
That's huge, man. That's
It's huge.
right?
You know, I can't imagine. I mean, it's a perfect time to have a kid, but of course, I don't blame you. But it's a crazy world that we're entering, a new age.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, you talked about your business. I wanted to, so talk to me a little bit about your business. When did you start it? So first of all, what is it for the listeners that don't know?
Yeah. So
And where is it?
just to when I first met you, you liked me because I said I like the song High Ender.
Huh?
I like the song High Ender.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a song that made you like me. Actually.
Yes,
It was
yes,
High
yes.
Ender, right? It was High Ender.
Yes, yes, yes. I remember that.
And that's how you know someone's pretty deep into your culture if that's the song that they
When
like.
you said that to me, in my mind, I was like, I'm gonna have this guy on the podcast. I want this guy on the podcast. And then you talked to me about your business. So we're here. One of the main reasons I think this year, I want to give an opportunity, and for any small business owner out there that is listening to this podcast, the doors are open. I want to understand and see,
Right.
get to know more about your business, and also how have you survived through this
Right, man.
whole ordeal.
Right. So this business is actually Anakita's business. Anakita, for those who don't know, Anakita is the founder of Suoy. So me and Anakita met when we were 16.
Okay.
Right? And we went on a date when we were kids, and we kicked it off. And she's not from Toronto. She's from Winnipeg, and we always kept in contact. We were always homies, and there was always a vibe. You fast forward 16 years later in life, and you end up dating your best friend, and it's crazy because it's like falling in love all over again with someone you already know, and it's such a
So this is your partner?
yeah, it's my partner.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's amazing. I did not know that.
yeah, it's my business partner and my actual life partner.
That is,
It's-
okay, that's
it-
remarkable. Yeah.
And this is, I
For
always
people that think, first of all, for people that say that you can't mix business with pleasure.
that was me. That was a cardinal sin to me
Okay.
to jump into business with my partner. But I said, when someone is really your best friend, your homie, and they just happen to be your lover, that's a bonus, bro.
Right.
That's like Allen Iverson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Shaquille O'Neal having a baby.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
it's just something special. But she founded the business in 2017,
Okay.
and it's called Suoy.
Soy.
And it's a Thai word for beautiful.
Okay.
And so she is Lao and Vietnamese. For those who don't know, if you are Lao, it's no different from you being from Pakistan or India. Urdu, it's almost the same as
Yeah,
Hindi,
yeah.
but I mean, it's a separation of the country, and they just kind of divide.
Right, right.
So when she opened this, she found that there wasn't enough skincare place that was true to people, true to a vibe,
Okay.
true to helping, not monetizing, using products that are not harsh, but not riding a wave of, this is what's hype. She put a lot of time and research into treating skin, right?
Right.
A lot of time when we see skincare or we do some with skincare is always adding to the skin or injecting the skin, but we never really truly heal the
Right.
skin. We believe in preventative care.
Right, right.
I grew up in the whole fitness industry,
Okay.
and I would tell you that if you can build it naturally,
Right.
go for it.
Right.
Right? Preventative medicine is the best medicine. Right? When there's medicine that I always believe there is, medicine that you need to intervene,
Right.
that needs to be invasive.
Right.
But we don't have to go down that path if we were just preventative about things.
Mm-hmm.
And she founded this company, Suoy, and it's called Beautiful. And we want everyone to feel beautiful. Beautiful in their thoughts,
Right.
beautiful in the way that they feel,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
beautiful in the way that they look. But when you think of beauty, man, as a guy,
Yeah.
when was the last time you can say openly, bro, I feel beautiful?
This morning I woke up, looked in the mirror, and I'm like, Sonny, damn, man, you one hell of a beautiful guy. And no, jokes aside, I think, self-confidence is everything, right? And a big part of that, as much as we say that looks aren't everything, feeling good about yourself, a big part of that is working out and looking good,
Right.
but also feeling good.
Right.
They both go hand in hand. But when you feel good, you want to also see results and
Right.
looking good.
Right.
But physical physique is only one aspect of it, because
Right.
you start seeing, like, shed a lot of fat, you get into, you get more muscular, you're more leaner,
Right.
but you also have to take care of you'd be presentable.
Well,
So like, going to the barbershop every 2 weeks,
so
getting your eyebrows done or whatever the case, or plucking them yourselves.
so I love what you just said, man.
Mm-hmm.
I really love what you said. No one likes a fit body and a butterface.
Yeah.
But I don't mean a butterface in the sense that no one likes a crusty man where his skin's falling off his face. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
ashy.
Yeah.
Right?
You gotta have the total
You
package.
gotta have the total package, but it's a confidence thing. I feel so many men struggle with skincare problems.
Mm-hmm.
My skin is dry. I'm patchy. I'm ashy. And it's something that's hard to talk about.
Right.
For me before, I used to go to my barber. Hey, bro, can you wax my nose hair? Because it keeps falling out.
Yeah.
Can you wax my eyebrows? Can you do a hot, facial for me? All these things I used to ask my barber.
Yeah.
But I never get to talk about things that my skincare, my face,
Right.
my blackheads, the rough skin on my nose. If I get to talk to somebody, it's probably my doctor. Hey, you know what? You have a pimple that's on your nose that's not going away. Get some Accutane.
Right. Right.
And you never really get to the bottom of the problem.
So true.
And
That's actually, sorry not to interrupt, but like, you're absolutely right. We think about skincare and it's very one-sided.
It's feminine, right?
That it's feminine.
Right.
But I do think that there's a growing reception
It's changing.
in the last couple of years. Like you saw me when you went to the bathroom, you came back out and you're like, Sonny, like I have, a little bit of a skincare routine as well. I understand the importance of sunscreen, which as growing up, even in university, to be honest, I didn't really care about facial sunscreen.
Right.
But now I put it every day, even in the winter.
Bro, you're talking to the same guy who washes his balls and face with the same bar of soap.
It's true, man.
I mean, that soap bar has been...
It's a universal truth that other men will now that are listening are probably giggling to themselves because at one point or the other, we've all done that.
Listen, guys,
And
I know
now
that...
I have separate towels, man. A towel for my face, towel for my body.
Hey, man, we all been there.
Yeah.
When back to the, making full circle was... Anakita opened this in Winnipeg.
Okay.
Okay, so I come from a health and fitness and recovery background.
Right. So wait, was she living in Winnipeg?
She's living in Winnipeg,
And
right?
you were in Toronto.
I was in Toronto.
So long distance the entire time. Okay.
Right. So we just started dating like a year ago, right? So shout out to my baby for putting up with it for a year. But we were sitting during COVID quarantine, and we're thinking, what the hell can we do for the business? How can me and you, if we had a baby, a business baby, what it would be like?
Interesting.
And
business baby.
Well, let's have a business baby. So let's get Suoy and Winnipeg pregnant in Toronto, and add a little bit of Toronto man vibes. And,
Okay.
And
Okay.
and add a little bit what you want. So we're
Right.
thinking, and we're like, man, how do you blend fitness and beauty? So, bro, we came up with this whole concept of recovery and beauty all into one. Now, Suoy in Toronto is very unique. You're coming in and you're getting a facial or you're getting any sort of services, right?
Okay.
That means we check your skin type and your sensitivity. We kind of do the same analysis as I would as a trainer of what's going on right now, right? What are you trying to build? You're trying to build a bigger chest, but guess what, man? You have really poor range of motion in your shoulders. So we're going to increase your range of motion before we make you bench. Because right now the problem in making your chest bigger is in your chest. It's actually your shoulders that's limiting you.
Right.
So we take a problem and solution based, approach, and we start doing, individual care for people. Then I thought, you know what, man? How do I get guys to come in here? What do I like when I go to the barber? So when I go to my barber, I'm dropping literally $100 plus.
Yeah.
I love my hot towel.
Yeah.
I love the whatever massager they use, and I love passing out. And I like getting a fade.
Yeah.
But
Comparative fades are essential.
yeah, right. But I feel like my skin's always dull, man. You know how many times before that my skin used to be dry, and I'm like, man, I feel like Austin Powers, like the guy whose skin is just flaking off, man. But it's embarrassing as hell.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, but I don't know who to talk about. I can't. Go to my doctor. He throws you through a dermatologist, and then what?
Then what?
And then what? You're not gonna.
It gets intimidating, right?
Right.
Because you're like, that's a whole. You got to make an appointment.
Right.
You got a referral. Then you
Right.
got to go there.
Right.
Then you got to go. You got to make multiple appointments.
Right.
Right.
So I thought, man, I'm gonna make a place where you're coming to get beauty services, but you're getting the best recovery. That means you're getting Normatec compression recovery, lymphatic drainage. You're getting percussive therapy you're getting percussive therapy, you're getting ice therapy, you're getting cryotherapy. And if you don't want to get any therapy and you just want to chill and relax your brain, we got some brain tap. And that's pretty much a device where we're getting you the deepest state of sleep possible.
Right. What is brain tap?
So it's a device that uses lights.
Okay.
And by it's like audio beats, and you start hearing voices, and we talk about positivity, winning, visualizing, and it puts your brain in the deepest, a theta state, where you're learning,
Right.
and you're calm and you're relaxed. And we
Yeah.
combine that with compression therapy, where we're lymphatically draining all the, your legs, and people are falling asleep. But then downstairs, and then if you want, and if you don't want any of that, you can play the PS5 downstairs. We put a spot for the boys to chill if they want to if their girls want to come get a facial and you boys want to come down. I feel like couples therapy, for me, I've been to so many massages where literally they're playing some tantric music and I'm getting my balls like oiled up and my girl is like falling asleep. I'm like, what the hell is this couples massage?
Yeah.
So I want to make a spot where guys can go.
It's accommodating for both
right?
men and women.
Right.
Yeah.
If your girl wants to go upstairs and get a facial and you want to play the PS5 for 5 hours downstairs, knock yourself out, bro.
All right.
I wanted to make a place where guys can be guys. Guys, the boys can get, if the boys are working out and they want the best recovery, I got the same system that they use in the NBA, the MLB.
Right.
If they wanted to, foam roll and they wanted to, use a gun to get rid of knots, we got that.
Right.
But if they just want to sleep, we got that too.
So do you have a chiropractor practice as well there, or
Nope, this is just a recovery practice.
recovery practice?
So
Okay.
for those who don't know, I'm in the physio game too,
Right.
I got a place up that does physio.
Right.
One
I guess
thing-
I guess people want to. I'm curious too, the difference when you say, because I think of physio as a form of recovery as well.
Right. So think of physiotherapy as there is some sort of tendinitis,
Okay.
and
okay.
you need some soft tissue therapy, or you need some laser therapy or shockwave therapy. We have that for you. But not everybody has extended healthcare.
Right.
You know that.
Yeah.
I know that. I wanted to make it so that it's affordable. Healthcare doesn't have to be expensive. Everything I learned that, you can get the same thing for cheaper. You can come get a service with me for a fraction of the price. I'm not in it to make money. I'm in it to educate.
Right.
I wanted a place where guys can come in here, just relax, get beautified, talk about what concerns them.
Right.
We have clients who are bodybuilders, and they'll tell you that certain things bother them about their skin.
Right.
When they step on stage, they look a certain way when the camera hits.
Right.
It makes them feel a certain way.
Yeah.
And we wanted a place where guys can come in, do the muscle recovery downstairs, but come upstairs and get, the beauty service that they
Right.
need.
Right.
And that was what we wanted. I wanted a place where we can recover, yet a place where we can talk about what concerns us.
Yeah.
And
That's kind of cool, man. It's literally it's like you said, it's recovery, wellness. It's like a spa for men,
it is,
but also at the same time for women as well.
of course.
I think that's a huge market, because a huge untapped market.
Right.
Because you're right. I feel like right now when we think about couples therapy, even couples massages and
Yep.
all that stuff, it's very one-sided. You know what I mean? It'd be cool for me to walk in and be like, shit, I can, do my own muscle recovery,
Right.
do a brain tap. By the way, I have to come check that out.
You gotta check that out.
I
man.
gotta come check that out when things open up again.
Right.
So, when did you open up the business?
We opened the business we bought the business in July. We're renovating all the way till September 1st
Of 2020.
of 2020. So
what made you think that in the middle of the pandemic was a good opportunity?
because if not now, then when?
Right.
Right.
Bang on, yeah.
We live in fear. And one thing with fear is that it doesn't do you much when it comes to beauty.
Right.
How many times do we not talk to that person because we didn't feel confident?
Right.
If we truly believe in feeling beautiful, we gotta act the same way. That means to be beautiful, it's confidence. You just gotta follow through, right?
Right.
So we said, let's not wait. Let's share with the world more so now than ever. beauty.
Right.
That means we wanted people who've been single on Tinder for the last 7 months because they couldn't meet up. So if they can meet up, that they can feel beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We really wanted to make sure that the boys who are coming for the first time
Right.
to our shop, they can get ready for their Tinder date. Let me
Right.
share with you a little bit more of maybe a TMI story.
Okay,
Okay?
okay.
I'm not gonna name names, but you know how many guys suffer from no matter how much they wash their genitals, it
Yeah.
always gives up a weird smell.
Right, right.
You know, I used to wash everything with Old Spice. I swear to you, man. Old Spice was my
Yeah.
shampoo, conditioner, every sort of wash.
Right, right.
And they would come in and they're like, "Hey, listen, I'm going on a date for the first time, and you know, like, I feel a certain way about a girl, and I want to get a little intimate, but I feel a little shy. I mean,
Right, right.
I'm giving up a musk, and no matter what I do, no matter how much, Tom Ford or the Giorgio Armani shower gel, it's not going away.
Right, right.
And we talk about what can you use, like a clay bar soap
Right.
that draws away the moisture, right, or the bad moisture, but still gives you the healthy moisture of your private parts.
Right,
We
right.
talk a lot about education about how to really wash yourself, how to not pull away from the skin, right? How to really keep things healthy.
Right.
Like for example, go on.
Sorry, are these products all proprietary or are they like sourced?
No, they're all Canadian.
All
they're
Canadian,
natural,
okay, okay.
and they're made fresh to order.
Right.
And we order all of our products fresh.
Nice,
All of our
nice.
products that we have, they're not harsh in chemicals.
Right,
they're
right,
all
right.
products that you can pronounce.
Natural.
Natural
Natural
stuff.
also.
Natural occurring stuff.
That's dope, man.
We try to educate people in that sense. We
Mm-hmm.
don't, not everything we have is, fragrance heavy.
Right, right.
So we tell guys, listen, when you wash yourself and you're using a soap bar,
Mm-hmm.
ask yourself, is that soap pulling away your good moisture or bad moisture?
Right.
Think of when you wax your car or you clean your car, you clay bar it if you really want to detail it. Human body's the same way. We talk a lot about, even when you wash your face, we're huge into oil cleansing, by the way. Huh?
Right.
We don't buy or give products to people where they wash their face that it strips away the moisture. Some
Okay.
people really have dry skin. I have dry skin. And we use an oil cleanser where we're drawing away the bad oils, but still keeping the healthy oils on the face.
Right, right.
I know it sounds really counterintuitive to use oil when you feel oily, huh?
Yeah, it does.
It's just it's like saying to you,
Because I have oily skin, and from Lush, for example, that's my go-to. But I definitely want to try some of your products now.
Right.
But I always get like a matte-based product because my skin is so oily. But you're saying to combat oily skin.
you can't strip away the good moisture, bro.
Right, right.
You got to keep the good moisture there, man. When you think of stripping, when you think of you're pulling things away, you're pulling away the good moisture that you have. You're pulling away your glow, right?
Right.
And I'm talking to you in straight bro language, not even me being technical.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I used to use all the expensive Kiehl's and all the expensive products that used to dry the hell out of my face.
Right.
Then I put on moisturizer. Then my skin starts flaking. Then I put on, sunscreen, and my skin flakes even more.
Right.
And I feel like, man, I felt like my skin just felt really brittle until I changed to an oil cleanser. So the analogy I give is, if you buy a stock and it's going down, buy into it again. You're like, why? It's going down. I'm like, no. It's a buy-in point. It's a resistance
Yeah,
point.
like when you go to a store, what happens when there's a sale?
Right.
You go.
Right.
When there's a markdown, you buy the product because like, oh, okay, it's on sale.
Right. So it's counterintuitive, but we tell people use an oil cleanser.
Right.
Draw away and wick away, magnetize the dirt, and keep the healthy oils. And that's what we want. We educate, right?
Right.
We educate people. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be $100 product.
Right.
To be quite honest, man, we sell stuff right at margins. Why? Because we care more about education. Our main point of business is people.
Yeah.
We care more about honesty. We care more about how you feel than we do care about a profit margin.
Yeah, that's how you get returning customers, and that's how you get referrals at the end of the day, right?
That's our business.
It's
man.
not just you sell it. So you open the business in July.
Yeah. We opened the doors officially September 15th.
I remember that. I remember Franco did the video and stuff. And so have you, with the second wave of lockdowns, because at that time things were still a little bit open. They weren't completely open, but like bars and restaurants were open. You could sit outside. Patios were open. Were you guys impacted by the COVID protocols, like the Health Canada protocols?
Completely. The last time we were able to do a facial,
Like, what were you not allowed to do?
we're not allowed to do anything.
Okay.
The only thing we were allowed to do is the compression therapy, the recovery therapy. So a lot of the bodybuilding clients that we have came to see us
Right.
for their competition, came to recover with us.
Mhm.
You know, that kept us afloat. But, you know, with any business, I don't go opening a business expecting an ROI within year one. I'm pretty financially sound.
That's good, man.
I'm not delusional.
Right.
But what I'm looking to do, my ROI is, have I captured an audience?
Mhm.
Have I educated people? Have people engaged with me?
Right.
Have I changed people's perception on skincare? That to me really is the ROI that we want as a business, engagement.
Mm-hmm.
I always said this before. I don't need people to buy our products. I really don't need any of that.
Mhm.
But what I need people to do is just to give us a chance, to follow us, to hear us out, to give us a voice, a platform.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I truly believe that in this world, you have to earn people's trust. You have to earn it. We or I have no problem extending, you know, what I do, and I know I won't say we have no problem doing it for free, man.
Yeah.
We just want people to walk through the door to give us a chance.
Right. I mean, it makes sense. I guess in a market that's still a little saturated on the beauty and wellness side,
Mhm.
you know, you're providing a little bit of a niche segmentation where it's like, it's not just come here and get a facial done,
Right.
but there's an awareness and education
Right.
aspect to it. You know, for all the guy friends out there, the men that are listening to this podcast, skin routine, if you don't have one right now, definitely do your research. Definitely, you know, if you're looking for resources, reach out to Suoy Toronto as well.
Yep.
So it's great to see that, you know, the business model, I'm all for it. I definitely want to come in and
Yeah.
check it out, man. Are you going into the new year now? You guys are still weathering through the storm,
Mm-hmm.
weathering through these lockdowns. I think today was the lowest number of cases
That's
in
right.
Toronto. You know, with beyond business, how have you personally been navigating
You know,
through this pandemic?
I think it's been rather difficult
Mm-hmm.
emotionally because you get a lot of self-doubt some days.
Yeah.
Some days you're like, man, why am I really doing this? And is it really worth it?
Yeah. Do you have moments where you regret, like where there's this, you know, subtle thought of, was this a good idea?
You know, actually I don't, man. I have moments where I say to myself and I say to my partner, I can't fucking wait till the world opens to show what the fuck we're all about.
Yeah. So I don't want to hear, bro.
You know,
Yeah.
that's the energy. That's who we are.
Right.
You know, when you come to us, we're not just facials. We're talking about crystals, right?
Mm-hmm.
My girl's all about energy healing.
Okay.
She's about absorbing energy.
Reiki.
Reiki,
Right.
kind of like Reiki, but she also does NLP.
Okay.
And she talks to you through your problems, through, you know, conversations. For example, someone comes in, okay? Male client comes in, and he talks about something very sensitive, like, my teeth are stained,
Right.
and I don't want to go to my dentist because it's embarrassing that my teeth are yellow, and they're going to pull out a shade scale and tell me I have super ass yellow teeth,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I don't wanna go, you know
And
what?
they're going to charge you, of course,
Right, and they're
an arm
charging
and a
a
leg
leg.
because they know there's insurance and so.
So we offer the same teeth whitening using, you know, Health Canada products, Health Canada approved stuff.
Right.
And we spend a lot of time educating yourself in terms of how to do this. So we offer the same care. We do that, right?
Right.
We do teeth whitening. We do energy healing.
Okay.
And we also do coaching. Went through the conversations of your facial.
Right.
Talk to me about your date. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
What are you trying to get? There's always what you want and how you say it. But
Right.
what Anakita does that's amazing is that she helps you shine your best light onto somebody. And I feel like a lot of guys don't have that confidence because you know what is confidence? Confidence is saying the right thing at the right time and believing in it.
Yeah.
But most of us don't believe. But when you have somebody who you went for a little pep talk on your little getting your beauty on,
Right.
and she gave you that bro tip and that pat on the back and say, you know what, go on your date and fucking kill it,
Yeah.
right? It's a different energy.
It's a different energy, man. It kind of reminds me a little bit as well. Like, you know, rest in peace, Reggie. You know, a friend of mine passed away last May.
Damn, man, sorry to hear, bro.
Yeah, and he was my barber since the age of 16.
Mm-hmm.
Started out as a barber. He's been my go-to guy for the last. I'm 32. Almost half my life I've been going to this guy.
Jesus, man.
You know, and I remember when I sit in the barber chair, every time I sat in that chair, you know, all the guys out there understand this, is when you sit in the barber chair, you open up like a can of worms and you talk about what you're doing, what the haircut is for. So it's either a job interview, it's either a date, it's either a wedding.
Yeah.
So it's some sort of occasion always. That's a party that you're going to. And you usually normally I used to open up to this guy every single time. He knew all the dates I've been on, all the parties, all the special events. He also knew my highs and my lows.
Yeah.
And I think I had that relationship. It was unfortunate he tragically passed in May and he's not around anymore. But I get that, man. I think that type of relationship is so important because it's those small little words of affirmation and confidence that go a long way. You know, getting a haircut is one part of it.
Right.
You know, of course, like, you know, I can tell you the number of times, man, when I feel my confidence it's 10 times higher when I have a fresh fade
Hundo.
and a fresh lineup
Hundo.
than if I were to do it myself.
Hundo.
Which I'm not that bad, but I do it myself and I go. The way I talk, the way I move, the way you know, I'm 100% there. It's also just as important to train your mindset, to build the confidence in your mindset too, because it's not just the physical component is one. And we know that we need to go through like Suoy Toronto or like, you know, working out. Those are important, but there's a mental aspect to it as well. And I think if you can mesh the two together, you're unstoppable.
Right.
You know, you can literally trek through anything in life.
Right. You hit the nail on the head. And I really like the analogy of your barber. You share conversations. Now, you asked me a question. What have we done during the lockdown? Man, we doubled down on education, man. We doubled down. We asked ourselves, how can we be better when the world opens? So Anakita invests his time into life coaching.
Right.
Active listening. She wants to be a better communicator. She wants to heal. So she not only wants to heal your face, your teeth, she wants to heal your soul.
Right.
The trauma you've been through.
Yeah.
You know, and she wants to talk to you about it. And we offer that complimentary as part of our service. So you asked about what is your competitive advantage. We always say authenticity. Authenticity is
Keeping it 100.
100. And that's really our brand. We don't take walk-ins. We don't take any of that. We only take appointments only. And that's one thing that we offer that no one else offers. You know, I'm wearing a Be Well sweater right here.
I got mine last week. Shout out to the Be Well boys.
Yeah, Shaz, right?
Shaz and David for the care package. But
so Shaz is actually one of our clients.
okay.
You know what he came in for? You know, and then he came in for his busted ass ankle.
Yeah, I saw that on your story.
In his crutches.
Him and David Kim, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He came in with a busted ankle, and we gave him game ready. We're one of the only non-clinics that offer game ready. That's compression ice therapy.
Okay.
They use it for ACL tears, MCL tears, shoulder, shoulder tendonitis, or any sort of fresh surgery.
Right.
We're the only non-clinic that carries that.
Right.
Guess what? That's complimentary. I didn't even add nothing in. Shaz came in because of his ankle, and we gave him care for the ankle. But and at the same time, we also hooked Shaz up with some skincare tips. So you can, and that's what we call product ubiquity.
Right.
How can I make my brand so ubiquitous that it's access to everybody?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm all about. I'm all about having a wide gamut or a wide net to take everybody in. I wanted to make it a spot where...
Bro, you're kind of amping me up. I want to come in now. I want to check all this out.
Check it out,
Definitely, man. When things open up.
Man,
Yeah.
I told the boys, man, you can come down, run a 2K round downstairs with the boys, the PS5, and we can just chill.
Yeah.
And, our ladies can go upstairs, get that skincare, man. I'm a huge science guy, huh?
Okay.
And I'm pretty damn techie, man. I love getting the newest stuff, man. I can only tell you there's only about 12, 15 clinics that carry, normal tech compression therapy.
Right, right.
I can tell you there's only no more than 10 clinics that carry Game Ready.
Right.
I can only tell you only so many people have brain therapy.
Right.
when it comes to our facials, bro, we carry what we call an oxygen dome facial, huh?
Okay.
So we pump 92% pure oxygen to the face. And what we want to try to do is help heal. Right? We're kind of baking your face in oxygen. I'm not going to get technical. I'm keeping bro language.
Right,
okay?
right,
'Cause,
right.
Listen, man.
Is that something that you peel off?
No, bro.
Okay.
So we put a dome over your face.
Right.
And we pump 92% pure oxygen.
Okay.
Right to the skin. So let that skin absorb all the, the good nutrient.
By the way, guys, when I go to Suoy Toronto, I'm gonna do a live and actually do like a whole. I'm gonna try everything, video footage, and we're gonna do it.
Yeah, man. So
But okay, I can visualize that.
So we do that, right? And we bake that, and we take a gun and we spray 30% oxygen to the face,
Right.
and we just kind of glaze you. We want to try to heal the face. Now, depending on what you want, we have over 15 different type of mask.
Right.
Firming mask, hydration mask, peel mask,
Okay.
and we kind of do a special just for you. And we have a mask for every single thing.
Right.
We do extractions on your blackheads. And David will tell you, man, he cries like a little.
Shout out to fucking David. I still hate you, David, but
David, you're so fat. What are those things under your stomach? Those 8-packs.
ooh, are they drawn on, bro?
So
Yeah.
we offer that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. We do extractions, but guess what, man, bro? Sometimes you don't gotta extract your face. A facial doesn't mean that it's extractions, man. Sometimes it has to be specific to what you need, bro.
Right.
So we do that,
That's good. But like, for me, like I think skin pigmentation is something that I battled with. It's better now.
bro.
Like acne scarring
Bro.
and stuff like that.
I swear to you, man, I used to have this nasty ass like freaking pimple right here that was eternal. That would never go away.
Right.
And it would bother me so much that I'm like, yo, I don't like taking selfies because it's gonna show. It's fucked up. You asked me for a selfie, I'm like, bro. The only selfie I got is Franco taking me in the gym. But yo, man, but that's an insecurity of me. That's me telling my insecurity. I don't want to tell no one that, man.
Yeah.
But that's an insecurity. But my face is clear as fuck now.
Yeah, it is, bro.
And-
like
and-
you are glowing.
Hundo, right?
Like I'm jokes aside, you are glowing.
It's a Crown Royal, bro. But yeah, man. I mean, that's kind of like
Yeah.
what changed it. My girl taught me about skin pigmentation. My girl taught me about freaking all these damn things, and I learned so much about myself. You know what I learned, bro? I learned that skincare is not skincare. It's what I fucking eat, bro.
Yeah.
I don't drink enough water. I thought I did.
Right.
But guess what? I ain't getting enough freaking essential fat oils.
Right.
I'm not getting enough freaking vitamin D. There's so much deficiencies that I have.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get enough biotin. You want to know what's funny, man? My hair was thinning out when I was stressing, huh? My hair is completely full now.
Okay.
Bro, all because I took biotin, man.
What's biotin?
It's
I've heard
it's
about
it's a
biotin
vitamin
before.
that helps, skin, hair, and nails. And I'm like, man, my girl's telling me all these things. She's like, skincare is not just external; it's also internal.
Right.
So we also talk about internal health too.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of where we're at. We're really, when we think about healthcare, we're very comprehensive. We think of body, mind, soul.
Okay.
Like whatever. I don't believe in this witchy shit that much, but but whatever, bro. My girl makes me charge freaking her rocks under a full moon.
Bro, my girlfriend got me into this.
Yeah.
We went to Prince Edward County. On the way back, there's this big apple. I don't know if you remember. Have you been to Prince Edward County?
No, I haven't been to
Have
PEI,
you ever,
man.
have you ever driven east? No, Prince Edward County.
No, I haven't. No, bro.
There's a big apple on the way, and there was a shop there. We went there, got a bunch of stones, and she told me about this. Like, energy. It's again energy. I do believe in the concept of energy. I think the energy you put out there is the energy you get back. And I've given it a chance to kind of, why not? I'm gonna put it out there. I put it on the podcast because just trying to make sure good vibes.
Bro, it's hundo.
And
It's real.
One thing, Henny, that's been pondering in my mind for a little bit, and it's come up in conversations with guys. This generation of males and females, actually, we're getting white hair quite a bit. White hair has become such a big thing at such a young age. Whereas I look at my parents, like they got white hair like in their late 40s, 50s, 60s. What do you think that is? Like, what do you think a big part of that is?
We become so connected, we become disconnected.
Yeah?
I know that sounds like a...
What the fuck does that mean?
I know it sounds like a paradox. sort of get all Shakespeare. Everything's become so easy to access in
Right.
a sense that... Let's talk about this, man. How many times do we prefer to text our partner then when they're in person, we don't show the same amount of humor. We don't joke as much. We can only connect when we're apart, but we can't connect when we're together. We use social media. It connects us, but it really divides us. You know, we're not authentic anymore. I think our parents are in a generation where they enjoyed the moment.
Right.
They got to enjoy people,
Right.
friendships, just like what we're feeling in quarantine right now. If you care about somebody, you're going to pick up the damn phone and you're going to call them, you're going to talk.
Think about the 10 people that you reached out to this year.
Yeah.
Those are the people that, you know, in one way or the other
Right.
are close to you.
Right. We are always constantly chasing what we think is happiness. And I feel the social media has set the expectation on. I mean, our parents, whether rich or poor, they were happy. Right? Now it's like whether you're rich, you're not rich enough.
Yeah.
And if you're poor, you're not poor enough. You ain't ghetto enough.
Yeah.
You ain't hood enough.
That's so true. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Or you ain't
It's
ballin'.
like it's never enough.
It's never enough, bro.
Right. Even like, you know, think about, you know, even certain relationships, you know, sometimes people get so petty. And I'm not just talking about boyfriend, girlfriend, well, husband, wife. I'm talking about even friendships. You know, we get so caught up in the intricacies of such subtle things. And in the grand scheme of things, it shouldn't even matter.
Hundo.
But like we get so caught up on, okay, I'm not, and that's, you know, being present. We talk about this all the time. As cliche as it is, being present isn't just simply living in the moment. It's being in the moment too.
Right.
It's being here.
Right.
You know, I had this, I know we talked yesterday and you were like, this is my first podcast.
Hundo.
And I'm a little nervous. Bro,
know.
you've killed it. You're a natural.
Thanks,
and
man.
I thought about that and it got me thinking a little bit. When I go to an interview, I get really nervous because I think one of the paradoxes or problems with being nervous is we're so concentrated on the end result.
Right.
Like when you want a job, I want to get the job. So in the interview, you're so caught up in getting the job. Or let's say, like for example, when I'm in a team meeting, I'm in a group setting on Teams, and I'm speaking, and I get nervous sometimes. Believe it or not, I get nervous.
I get nervous too when I
And I
speak to my
get nervous
staff.
because I'm so caught up in. I wonder what they're thinking about me. I wonder what they're thinking about my message, that I'm not truly 100% invested
Right.
in what I'm saying.
Right.
I'm so caught up in the other side of things.
Right.
Just like when you do an interview, just like when you do a podcast, you're thinking about whoever's on the other side of this, whatever platform it is, Spotify, Apple's. You get so caught up in that you lose your delivery. You lose your authenticity, what you were saying.
100.
Right?
And I think what makes me not feel nervous is I'm just trying to be cognizant of the moment. I'm
That's
just
why I pulled out the crown. I actually had no liquor because I was going on a like no liquor kind of thing.
oh shit, just for me, huh?
No, but then I realized I'm like, I'm also moving in 2 weeks. Might as well, enjoy, live it up a little bit.
You know what, man? I wouldn't think you're Punjabi if you didn't drink with me.
I wasn't gonna just pour you one and like not pour.
No, I appreciate it, man.
I thought about that, and I think that it's such a big takeaway, because if you stop focusing on the end result or like the end product or the other side,
Yeah.
and just focusing on what you mean when you mean it, and truly being authentic,
True.
you're gonna kill it.
Yeah, man.
You're going to attract the people that really resonate with you and really get your message and your tone and whatever it
Right.
is. I love how hate's a strong word, but people get so caught up in structuring certain episodes.
Right.
It's because they think that their audience wants a certain thing.
Yeah.
But again and again, I remind myself, the only thing I care about today is what do I want to hear?
Right.
Like,
Right.
dude, skincare is huge. It's a topic that we don't talk about enough, amongst men especially. And I'm happy. I wasn't actually thinking you're going to, like, I didn't know that Suoy Toronto was like what it was about, because I haven't had the chance to come in yet.
Right. Right.
But, kudos to you, man.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate it, bro. It's just, man, it's not more than skincare. And I say it's a vibe, man.
It's a vibe. It's
a vibe, man.
It's a whole mood.
It's a mood, right?
It's a mood.
It's more than that, man. I mean, I want someone to be able to come in and just chat because they're feeling off, man. Their energy is off. I want someone to come in because they just feel like their muscles are sore because they've been running, man. I come from a physio background,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, come talk to me about that. I want someone to come in because they don't feel their best, man. I want guys to know that, bro, It's hard being a guy, man. And I'm gonna say this right now, man. I know it's hard being a woman, but no one really gives dude enough slack for being a guy. Can't show emotions, right, bro? Because you're soft.
Right.
Can't talk about how you really feel because you weak.
Right.
Can't talk about your insecurities because you whack. Because
Right.
you ain't manly, right? I wanted a place where dudes can just really be themselves, man.
Right. Right.
I wanted a safe haven where guys can come in, not be judged,
And just
and just, man, just relax, bro.
Yeah.
Just get your muscles pampered. Just get your face pampered. Talk about what bothers you, man. Man, to have a client talk about, man, their genitals not smelling nice, bro. That's a tough.
that's a whole lot of that's another wave of confidence.
Man,
You can talk about that.
But you can tell your barber that,
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
Wait, you know, you say do an Italian shower, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But to be able to help somebody do that, man, that's huge, bro.
It's just so true.
Bro, intimacy is huge, huh? And a lot of times there's so many barriers to intimacy. We don't want to be intimate because we smell a certain way, we look a certain way. We're just trying to overcome these barriers, man. We're trying to make sure that people love each other. We want people to love their own bodies.
Right.
We want people to love themselves. And that's our mission. I mean, for me and then Akita, when we set this out, man, our biggest mission, and I said, fuck the business. Fuck the revenues. My biggest mission is how many people did I impact? And did we set a trend where people put themselves first?
Right.
And like I said, when we open, bro, nothing would bring me more happiness
Right.
than men and women starting to take care of themselves in a way where they feel it's natural and they're confident in their own skin.
Right. Right.
Like, for example, bro, every girl does lashes.
Now microblading's a thing.
Or not,
Do you guys do microblading?
We don't do microblading. No, we don't.
I only know this, by the way, because my girlfriend. But it's just
So,
trying to sound cool here.
it's all good. It's all good, bro. Girls do their lashes.
Right. Right.
You know how many girls get their freaking lashes messed up because glue is stuck in their eye and it gunks in their eyes.
Right.
And it causes issues, long-term issues.
Yeah,
and a
yeah.
girl feels naked without lashes. Bro, we do keratin lash lift, man. We do natural lifts where we're lifting you up using natural stuff, right? Just protein compounds, just really trying to bring your lashes out. We believe in natural beauty, man.
Yeah.
Bro, why add into something when you got something? Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, it's like saying to me, bro, I'm gonna start juicing. I'm like, bro, you haven't even lifted for a year straight. What do you mean you're juicing, bro?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like,
It's so true,
but
man.
yo, no hate. Do the juicing, and that's cool with me. But bro, try to exhaust all your natural options first, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway,
I think that's key. Like juicing as an example. You know, being natural and putting like, you know, R.I.P. Kobe. Yesterday was a big day, and it was crazy to think
Sad, bro.
about that it's been 1 year since Kobe passed away.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, the Mamba mentality was such a big theme before COVID hit, and it kind of was a big resonation again for a lot of guys who were impacted, girls as well. Well, you know, this was like our childhood hero, right? But that mentality, that level of, you know, the level of perseverance to be the best version you possibly can be, will and always will be. Today, man, this week especially was a little bit more focused in terms of getting back into my fitness goals.
Yep.
Getting back into, I think everything in life right now is good, but I want to get into the best shape I possibly can be this year.
Same here, bro.
That's the big goal.
Same
you
here,
know,
man.
That I want to and do it as naturally as possible I can.
Yeah, yeah.
And now that one of the silver linings of working from home is, I'll work on my computer. I'll come here, pick up the kettlebell, do a little work.
That's it.
Put on some Pop Smoke, you know, cook up something, do something else. Working out has become more of like not something that I loathe to do, but it's like cleaning. I'm gonna do a couple kettlebell swings, work out, do some push-ups, watch some TV. You know, why not? Like I had Sergio. He is also a small business owner.
Yeah.
He owns Aereo 001.
That's right.
They're a small retail, high fashion streetwear store. And you know, they're obviously as well trying to make the most out of the situation today, and the circumstances that we're in.
Right.
But you know, he was telling me, is like, man, your life is just getting started. You know, like I think we're close to the same age.
Yeah, I'm 33, man.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm turning 89, 88,
87, man.
87. Okay. So same age. We're both 80s. And it's like your life is just getting started, bro. Your business is just getting started.
Hundo. It's only the start, man. The best is to come. The best is yet to come, right?
Yeah. Once things start opening up, I'm gonna be right there,
Hundo.
first in line.
Hundo, man.
So shifting gears a little bit, kind of want to do what I do best, which is the sunshine round.
All right.
All right. A bunch of questions. I don't know if you knew about this.
Hit me, bro. Hit me.
So these are would you rather questions that I came. All right. And try to answer them.
I mean, am I going to get in trouble or what?
I don't know. You don't want to end up in the doghouse, but.
All right, man. All right.
But okay.
Go for it.
They're random though.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to close my eyes.
Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Speak. I love talking, man. I can never shut up.
Ditto. Would you rather the aliens that make first contact be robotic or organic?
Organic, bro. I'm all about authenticity, bro.
Would you rather be in jail for a year or lose a year off your life?
Ooh, that's a woozy, bro. I mean, bro.
I mean, I guess, is a bad year worth living?
I
or
mean,
is it
man,
better
man,
to give up a year of your life?
I mean, if I'm living like Conrad Black, then we good, man. We good, bro. And plus, my girl hold it down. I'm good. I'm good. Give me a year, bro. I'm good.
That's a hard question, man. I don't know how I would answer that. I just literally came across a bunch of these. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Would you rather spend the rest of your life with a sailboat as your home or an RV as your home?
Man, I would say sailboat, bro, but my girl's got vertigo, so RV it up.
What's your favorite restaurant in Toronto?
I'm a cheap ass eater, bro. I love that cheap mass quantity. Man. Shout out to McDonald's, man. Me and my girl love that shit.
Cheeseburgers for life.
Ooh, well, bro, I might just hit it up, but man, don't tell me. My favorite restaurant in Toronto. That always slaps, huh?
Always slaps.
Bro, man, honestly, man, recently, man, me and my girl's been into Yummy House, Korean food. So damn cheap, bro. Like $7.99, mass quantities.
Where is this?
Bloor and Christie, Yummy House.
Yummy House. Yummy House at Bloor and Christie.
Bless, bro, bless.
I am gonna check that out before I move out.
Bro, it's so cheap
Okay.
that even
What should I order?
every brown man would love it because it's so cheap.
What should I order?
The bulgogi's sick.
Bulgogi?
Yeah.
I love bulgogi.
Ooh, it's
Yes.
nice,
Okay.
bro. The spicy pack roll chicken. There's a lot of good stuff, bro. The whole menu slaps. You can't go wrong with it. The seafood pancake slaps. You can't go wrong with it either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna the bulgogi.
Bro, $7.99.
For real.
Bro, it's like this. This is the quantity, bro, of like meat.
Seriously.
Bro, is it retarded?
Is bulgogi like meat beef?
Yeah, it's beef.
Okay. So this next question. Would you rather wake up as a new random person every year and have full control of them for the whole year, or once a week spend a day inside a stranger without having any control of them? These are some fucked up questions. Conversation starters. But.
The first one, it
You'd
means
rather-
I got to live a very rich and a rich life.
Yeah.
I get the-
Isn't like, on that topic of life, like this is something that I think about and talk about, and I think about all the time when I'm here. Obviously, when you're in a condo living alone, the only company sometimes you have outside of the conversation in your phone is your thoughts, right? And it's like, it's scary to think that we only have one life.
It's
I
But
don't think we take it for granted. I don't think we would truly realize the magnitude.
But guess what, bro? That's the beauty of all of it, huh? That everything beautiful must end. That every rose, you look at a rose and you look at the beauty, you're like, man, this rose is gonna wither and die.
Yeah.
But that means you should be putting more emphasis on relationships that matter.
Right.
Your friends, your family, your loved ones. You only got one shot at this, man.
Do you believe in reincarnation? Do you believe that you will come back into a different lifetime?
Me and Drake are both Scorpios. We're both emotional fucks.
Oh yeah.
if I love somebody and
Yeah.
I love something, I would love to be reincarnated because I would love to be with that person in the next lifetime.
Right.
I personally think we are reincarnated. Personally, I think we are.
Right.
We just wiped full of memories.
Right.
But yeah,
Okay, that'd be pretty fucked up though, right? Like imagine if you could pull a switch in your mind and you could just have a flashback of all the lifetimes that you lived up until this point. By the
crazy.
way, guys, we're just drinking Crown. We are not smoking up or getting high or any of that. But you know, these are some honest conversations that sometimes go in
man.
our minds, right? And I think that to truly live a life of 100% potential, you need to have these conversations with your life.
Hundo.
That's why like stoicism is huge. You know, I'm a stoic. Most people are stoics. This is this anticipation that we're all going to die one day.
yeah,
But it's sometimes if you anticipate and if you remind yourself that every single day that this might be your last day, you want to be able to live your life to the max. You know, I recently watched this movie with my girl called Our Friend. Our Friend was with that Ben Affleck's brother. It just came out.
yeah.
It's a really good movie.
Alright.
It just came out. It was with Dakota Johnson,
Alright.
Jason Segel from How I Met Your Mother.
Okay,
You know Marshall, that guy, and Casey Affleck.
all right.
And you know, like, not to give the plot away, but if you watch the trailer already gives the plot away, anyways.
Yeah.
But like the woman, Dakota, she ends up having cancer, and then it just changes the whole perception of life.
Yeah.
And you know, they start doing things on an everyday basis of things off their bucket list,
Yeah.
right? I look at my life, man, and I'm like, fuck, Sonny, you're, you know, almost 30, 32. Well, I'm 32. You know what I mean? And, you know, if I live really healthy, that's almost like a third of my life.
Yeah.
And that's best case scenario.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And it's like, now it's like, how do I want to live the next part of my life? How do I want it to, like, you know, what does it mean? How can I live a purposeful life? Not necessarily like, you know, we talked about wealth. We talked about investing in the beginning of this podcast. And obviously creating a legacy for your kids and grandchildren. But money's not going to go with you.
Nope. Experiences are, bro.
Experiences are.
And you know what's funny, man? My whole entire life I've been such a financial person.
Have you?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, I grew up conservative, bro. I mean, I'm as conservative as it gets. But I think one thing that, even with Anakita, is that, and I know I mentioned her name a lot, but yo, bro.
Shout out to all girlfriends.
Yeah, shout out, man.
Shout out to Anakita.
shout
Is it
out.
Anakita?
Anakita.
Anakita.
I mean, like, that's my backbone, bro. I
Right.
mean,
That's
one-
awesome, man.
Man,
Yeah.
one thing I've learned from her is that life, you don't bury your riches, bro. You bury your experiences. Memories are forever, and that's one thing I've been doing a lot more with her, bro. You asked me, why did you take a plunge opening the store in the COVID?
Right.
The
right.
financial Joe be like, hell nah, man. This risk evaluation is too risky.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold. Right? Hold. But I said, man, I can't bury my riches.
Yeah.
I can only get my experience, bro.
Like, even if you fail, let's say, knock on wood, that's such a everything
Bro.
is a learning experience, right?
Bro.
To do better, to step it up to the next level.
I remember nights, man, where me and Akita were shopping in IKEA till like 4 in the morning and putting together shelves. Bro, those are some of the most pleasant, beautiful experiences of opening a business. It's a hardship and just watching it come together.
Right.
Now, we're not going to fail because I believe the universe would always reward good people with good intent. Bro, what does failure really mean, man? Does failure really mean to me that we're not profiting 6 figures? That's not failure, bro. To
Yeah.
me, you know what winning is to me, bro? Winning to me is
What's winning to you? Yeah.
break even. Because I can do what I love.
Mm-hmm.
We can do what we love. And yet still pay all the bills.
That's the dream, brother.
That's winning, bro.
That's the dream.
That's bro, that's going to work every day, doing what you love, sharing the mission you love, sharing your passion with the world, and saying that, yo, there's no negative dent in your bank account.
Right, right.
That's winning.
It's so true. Glassdoor just announced a couple days ago. They announced the top 30 workplaces to work.
Yeah.
Cisco was number 1.
Wow.
And you know, it was a reminder because I did case studies when I was at Schulich and stuff that simply having a high-paying job is not enough.
Nope.
You know what I mean? What's enough is when you get out of bed at the first time your alarm clock starts ringing, and you jump out of bed and you're ready to work without feeling any sort of loathing. Oh man, maybe 5 more minutes, 10, because that means you don't want it bad enough. And I think that's the dream, where you want that you work in a position where you look forward to going to work, man.
Yeah, man.
You look forward to staying at work.
Yeah, man.
And work becomes lifestyle.
Hundo, bro.
Right?
Hundo.
But brother, I appreciate you coming down.
Thanks for having
This
me,
has
bro.
been a dope podcast.
Dope.
You know, it's been almost 94 minutes.
Shit.
Any last parting words? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to say to yourself when you hear this podcast back again a year from now? Where are you going to be a year from now? What are you going to be up to?
I think a year from now, looking back on this, I just hope that I don't sound soft in this podcast. No, man. I'll joke aside, man.
Yeah,
I hope that in a year from now, that when I come back on this podcast, that first off, Sonny becomes a multimillionaire and he cashes in all the stocks that we talked about. Second, I just hope that we're in a position in the world where we're open again, and we're giving each other love. We're giving each other empathy. But empathy is compassion with an action plan. And I hope that we're in a world where we have that. We need more kindness. I hope we're in a world where we truly still support each other, not supporting local, but supporting each other. I hope we never forget that during these hard times, how much support means, but we continue this even when matters are good.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest hope. In terms of our business aspiration, man, truly and honestly, if you guys can just follow us and look at our education.
Where can they find you?
You can find this on Instagram, Suoy Suoy, that's SUOY.SUOY, or search up Suoy.Toronto.
And
right?
and of course, guys, I'll tag you.
Yeah, just
on the platforms as well as on Instagram.
Yep, man. I mean, for me, man, just having you guys follow us, just having you guys look at us, and just having you guys comment, man, that's everything to us. I mean, this is what we're all about. And if you don't want to comment, DM us, man. See how we can talk to you, man. Anna Kita would always say that she wants to heal the world one step at a time.
Right.
And that to me is where I want to be. I want to be in this conversation with you next year, the same time, and I want to talk to you guys about how much we've impacted the world, how much we've changed people's lives, and how much we set a trend. And that's it, brother.
Yeah.
That's all we want, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the fact that, that I didn't know this before the podcast, but that you and your partner are not just business partners, but you guys are in a relationship as well.
Yeah, man.
I started, I don't know if you saw, but Matsology, it's like a customized doormat.
Okay. Yeah.
I did that.
Oh shit, I didn't know
That's
that, man.
my business. Well, not my business. It's me and my girlfriend's
dope,
business.
Man.
Me and my partner. She's, in the short amount of time that we've dated, she's become my backbone as well.
I gotta order a mat. Actually, I want to do something custom, but go on.
Yeah, I'll show you some customized mats over there. But yeah, like you were, that resonated because, in a short amount of time, she's become my backbone as well.
Yeah.
And, she has her full-time job. I have my full-time job.
Yeah, man.
I'm doing a bunch of other things, including this podcast. But I wanted to do something with her. I think that in this pandemic, we're like, well, what can we do as a business that we can do that can be on the side?
Yeah.
And that makes sense. And we did customized doormats. And
Love
I'm
it,
like,
bro.
why not? And that's been our business. So when you mentioned that with you and Nikita, like, I'm like, okay. Like, I get that and I respect that. And
Yeah,
I think that because that alone is an experience of its own, because now you're doing it as a unit.
Right.
There's so many times where we're in a relationship and we have our own separate avenues. And even though we walk as a unit, it's still two different highways sometimes.
Yeah, man.
When it's 9 to 5. And you don't know when you come back home what kind of energy you come home with.
That's right.
Because you can't share that experience together.
That's right.
So for you guys, that's great, man.
Yeah, bro, I appreciate
That's
listen,
dope.
Listen, bro, I mean, this is outside my comfort zone.
Yeah.
You know me, bro. I barely post on IG.
Yeah.
But I think this is probably the most anybody has known about me. I'm pretty low key.
Yeah.
I'm more of a...
Man, this guy, I was trying to find a picture. This guy has 7 pictures. But yeah, man, Henny, bro, it's a pleasure, brother.
Thanks, brother.
This has been a dope podcast.
Likewise, man.
We're definitely gonna do this again. You're gonna see me when things open up. I'm gonna be coming to Suoy Suoy.
let's just throw this out, man. For anybody who's listening to this podcast, and you guys are listening to this, man, send us a DM on Instagram, and we're gonna cover the first service on the house when we open up. Just send us a message, man.
There you go.
We don't want nothing, man. Just give us a shot, man, and that's it. And when I come back next time, sending you some skincare stuff.
Deal.
And got you and the girlfriend set up, so
Okay.
we'll take care of you guys when you guys get there. All right, man?
100%, brother.
Hundo,
Appreciate
brother.
it.
That's it.
That's big, man.
Huge.
Again, brother, you know, as people of Toronto, you know, as small business owners and as friends as well, man. Like,
man.
you know, best of luck.
Yeah, man.
You know, we're gonna make it out of this. And for everybody else, guys, January is almost a wrap.
That's
Hope
it.
the first month of this year was a bang. You guys conquered your goals, and you know, peace until the next episode.
All alone
Peace.
with me.